الحمد لله رب العالمين وصل اللهم وسلم وبارك على حبيبنا ورسولنا وقدوتنا محمد بن عبد الله عليه أفضل الصلاة وأزكى التسليم. أما بعد، عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال: قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليقل خيرا أو ليصمت، ومن كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليكرم جاره، ومن كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليكرم ضيفه، أو كما قال: وصدق رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Our Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he teaching us and showing us the perfect akhlaq, adab, not just to get the reward in the hereafter, but to have the life on this earth better. You know, some people, unfortunately, they thinking that we do the ibadah and we follow the Islam just we're looking for the paradise. It is for us before the paradise. If you see all the problems we face, it is because we don't listen and follow the direction which Sayyidina Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us to follow. Three important things, and the first one may be the highest. He said, whoever believes in Allah and the hereafter, say something good or keep quiet. He mentioned two of the article of faith: al-Iman billah wal-Iman bil-Yawm al-Akhir. Always things is harmony with each other. Al-Iman billah, the one who created us. Al-Yawm al-Akhir, that's where we're going to end. For this kind of character that Allah want, the Prophet ﷺ want us to be from the time we know till the time we die. Should be a break between. The word we talk, sometimes we don't give the importance what we say. وذلك another hadith say: أمانة الرجل يقول الكلمة لا يلقي لها بالا يهوي بها في جهنم 70 خريفا. يعني a word, you don't feel it. The people, they don't pay attention to it, but can throw you 70 years down to the hell. For the word, either we have to say it, obligatory for us to say, or it is haram, prohibited to say it, or something which mubah, which doesn't harm and doesn't get much good. The first we know, like when you give the shahada, وَمَنْ يَكْتُمُ الشَّهَادَةِ فَهُوَ آثِمٌ قَلْبُهُ. When you be called for the shahada, for example. نطق الشهادتين. Someone, Allah give him knowledge and others need it. من كتم علما علمه الله إياه. You give it with the intention that's for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Al-haram, everyone knows, anything harm. Ghiba, backbite, namima, things which can make trouble between people. Haram. So many families, mainly when the society close to each other, divorce happened because of the false rumors. Some people died because of a false rumor. Imam Ahmad, radiallahu anhu, he was tested, and it was a tough test like all the scholars through the history, about Khalq al-Quran. Is the Quran created or not? The governor at that time, that what he believed and what they made him to believe. For many, because of the tyrant action and the punishment if when you disobey the governor, even in knowledge, they said what he want and make excuse between themselves that we mean the creation, we mean the Mus'haf, not the Quran itself and the other things. When there's severity of torturing in jail, one of his students was in jail with him. So he told him, "Ya Imam, why don't take the rukhsa and just get out of this hard time?" That time they don't have big window, they have a small hole, it's named kuwa, where the sun come through. Unfortunately, that tyrant today and back home, they put them in jail, is no even place for the sun to come. So there is a small, you can see from outside, but you cannot escape. Well, I told his student, look from that kuwa there and tell me what you see. He said, there's maybe 200-300 people, everyone has a pen, which they use that time, and paper or whatever they use to write. Galla, I saw people sitting there outside of the jail, ready to write. Galla, they are already waiting for me what to write to do it. When they are spread, they go after I leave, where I can get them back to stop that word from spreading. They take the responsibility. My father, rahmatullahi alayh, since I was born, he was giving the khutbah, Jumu'ah. He's one of the scholars in our area. Every Friday, at Duha, I saw him sitting, having a paper and writing khutbah al-Jumu'ah. You know, something you do for 20, 30, maybe more than 35 years. Why you are every Friday, you have to read it? He said, sometimes I get emotion. When you get emotion, maybe some words comes out without deep thinking, how I can do with it. Rahmatullahi alayhi wa sallam muslimin. It is responsibility in the world. In the poetry, one of the Arab, he said, جراحات السنان لها التئام ولا يلتئم ما جرح اللسان. And when if someone cut you with a knife, you can go and give some money to doctors to live and put some sutures and you'll be fine. If you get broke, they put the cast, you'll be fine. But sometimes the word, you cannot heal it. That's why we have to be careful with the word. And then we come to the mubah, which is not haram, not wajib. You remember when we described the hadith, Idra'u shubuhat. When you talk too much you are liable to cross the line without feeling. يقول في العربي من كثر لغطه كثر سقطه. The one who talks too much, his mistakes will be more. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala يقول وما يلفظ من قول إلا لديه رقيب عتيد. Then Surah Al-Mu'minun, last night or the night before we had it, last night. قد أفلح المؤمنون. Yani the success, the most success for the believers who? He mentioned two obligatories. Not only the mentioning that, but the highest of it. ما قالش الذين يقيموا الصلاة وكذا، قال الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون. أسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يوفقنا أن نكون من الخاشعين. آمين يا رب. لأن قلوبنا بيده سبحانه وتعالى. Our hearts in his hand. So he mentioned number one for the success. This is the success which there is no negative point about it. All other successes, it has some negative, but not the success Allah mentioning. This is above the highest grade, the mumtaz. الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون. Before he mentioned the second obligatory, والذين هم للزكاة فاعلون, he put something in the middle. قد أفلح المؤمنون الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون والذين هم عن اللغو معرضون. اللغو, the talk which there's no benefit of it. It's not haram, but not benefit of it. فليكن خيرا أو ليصمت. Other times, say that we're sitting together and we're talking about, say about Corona when came in. And we have Sheikh Khalid is a scholar in that field, or he's more knowledgeable than any one of us. So we want to know from him what's going on. Then you jump in one here, one there, everything start talking except him. So here, because you are talking, even your talking is nonsense in itself, maybe you not get a haram, but you are preventing the others from having the needed knowledge in any field. Not have to be just pure in the fiqh or hadith, but any kind of thing. Unfortunately, you know, if you go talking about engineering, everyone talking except the engineer. If we go to medicine, if every talking, if you're talking about deen, everyone talking except the one whom they are. But that's another way sometimes, if we not keep quiet, we're doing harm without knowing it, and we're thinking, and it is a habit. But this is control. It's not easy, but control. They say the word, your word, is a prisoner before it comes out the lips. The minute it came out, you are the prisoner. Most of us human, we don't want to admit or apologize. It leads us to rationalize what we said. So we treat the lie with a lie, we treat with arrogance with arrogance. You know, the action, it is a miracle. It is, no matter how much they're trying with intelligent, artificial intelligence, with none, but what acting is a miracle. That's why I say the most benefit I get of medicine is I consider it as a tasbih. And before I move to this from place, my eyes recognize where it is and how far from me, how it looks so quickly, fraction of second. That information go from eye to that nerve, to area there, and that area then will tell me, I'll take it, or tell me it is too hot not to touch it, or this is in fraction of the seconds. And that's the control which Allah gave us, amana, that will the key for reward and punishment. So you have to learn the brain like the muscle. Use the muscle, get strong. Don't use it dull, doesn't work. But if you move, before we say the word, we have to think, is that word good or bad? Not after we say it. After I say, he will tell my word bad or not. Too late. But if I thought before I say it, that's why, when we talk in front of elderly back home, I hope the kids now is not that much to it, this generation. What I can say in front of you, I didn't say it in front of my father. And that is the kind of process we want to learn, that we don't let that word comes out, because like the pistol, before we push bullet, I know where it is going, not to kill someone, to think about it. That's why all the trouble we're having in the Muslim world, because we are not following this direction. I think we'll leave the rest of the hadith for tomorrow. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم, and remind you in these blessed days, make dua for the people you love in the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.